Bernadette Fikert, owner of Cookiedoodle in Jinx, Oklahoma. We have been privileged enough to do the Lunch and Learn program over the last 6 years at OU. And this year, because of COVID, we're not going to be able to be there. So we're going to do a cookie demonstration and a little tour of the shop for you. It's just our wish to you all for a happy holiday season. Thank you so much for letting us do this. Cookie decorating lesson, which we have done over the last 6 years at OU. We have our icing bags. We typically use a tip number 3 on our icing. We make a homemade buttercream icing, but you can use any icing. You want to be sure your icing is flowing and that you can use it. One of the big secrets is for you to adjust your icing so you have just a little bit at the bottom, twist it, hold the twist in the crook of your hand, and then squeeze with all 4 fingers. Sometimes we're decorating for 10 hours at a time, so we really need to save our hands, and this is the trick that does it for us. So you can practice a few straight lines, and another secret that I like to do is to keep my tip pulled up away from the cookie or the tray, and it gives me more control to make like a perfect circle every time. So one of the designs today is the Snowflake Design. The first thing I usually do is edge the cookie with my white icing, trace the edge of the whole cookie. It's very swirly. And then we're going to put our pattern in the center. I try to get as close to the outside edge as I can, so if I'm taking a photo from the top of the cookie later, it looks nice and neat and clean. So there is the outside edge of the big beautiful snowflake cookie. We do ours a light blue. It also looks really pretty like a light purple. And then I'm gonna just draw my design, pulling my tip away and squeezing as evenly as I can. If my line breaks, that means that I am moving too fast and I need to squeeze harder. If my line is wobbly, that means I'm moving too slow and I need to either squeeze softer or move faster. And it really is all about speed versus pressure. We use buttercream icing here at Cookiedoodle. It's called a Crusting Buttercream. That means after a couple minutes, it'll start to harden just on the outside, where a cake icing would stay soft and not harden at all. There are different recipes you can find online. For our cookies, we do put a little bit of an almond extract in our glaze, and that is our kind of our signature taste. Reminds people of Grandma's recipe. Okay, and so there's many different snowflake patterns. My decorators think that no 2 snowflakes should be alike, so you'll get lots of different designs and finished. And then one of the other things that we do is we sprinkle it with an edible glitter, which you can buy, I think at Cake Supplies. We do it while the icing is wet so it sticks, and we sprinkle with a little bit of sugar. And then whenever the cookie is like in the sun, it just catches the sunlight because of the sugar and the little edible glitter. It doesn't take much. Okay, we're just going to continue on with some other ones. This is the snow globe design, one of the designs that we're doing for your Christmas cookie order this year. Just put a little base on the snow globe. Most of our cookies are decorated with a black outline, kind of our little coloring book theme. And then I'm going to draw maybe some hills on this. And we'll put some little Christmas trees on these. And we'll make it a little snowy scene. And once you get familiar with how to squeeze the bags, it really is as simple as drawing. Really just drawing it on. So we'll do maybe the hills, kind of a lime green at the bottom. Just, I think the more layers of icing you put on and the more color you incorporate, just the prettier it looks. Every time I pick up a new icing bag, I squeeze just a little bit and I double twist it and I make sure it's flowing. And that's really all there is to it. I am self-trained at this. Whenever I first started doing this, I had no formal training at all, and I really just practiced till I was able to control the icing. And I think we've had some other girls that we've hired over the years that are incredibly artistic and have a really amazing perspective. That's really all it takes, I think, to do designs that are, you know, worthy of posting. And we see a lot of people wanting the edible gold and silver. The truth is that stuff isn't really edible. What you kind of see on Pinterest is not always really doable. And so now we're gonna do a blue line next to the black line that is the outline, just because our little rule is no black line ever stands alone, so we always are adding color to it, just that more color. So now I'm putting some snow on the trees. It's kind of how the snow would fall. It would land on random branches. And here we go. So 2 years ago, we opened a cafe to go with our little bakery. And for breakfast and lunch, it's within our 4 walls. And so that has really bumped things up around here. The sales, the stress level, just everything we do is at a new level, and we're thrilled about it. Okay, so that one is finished. Shall we take a look at that? And I'll just keep on going. So the big hit this year is the dumpster fire cookie for Christmas. It's a flaming dumpster with a 2020 on it. Suggested by the administration at OU for fun. And so this is the first time I'm doing this cookie. It might take me a minute, but we're gonna do kind of like the little rim for the dumpster. And the wonderful thing too is I know if I don't like my design the first time, I can just scrape it right off and try again. So there's the top of the dumpster. We'll do the outline as close to the edge as we can. And that is where the little area for the little square edge right there. And so you're seeing me lay out this design for the first time. And then flames, kind of curve them in, kind of U-shaped. And then we'll come and fill these with all sorts of color. I think that's good. We'll do a big 2020. Leaving room to fill, probably. Okay. So for the flames, I'll do kind of a golden yellow in the middle to match the picture. I do think for the flame look, you're going to want to kind of smear it a little bit. Normally, I'm really trying to keep my icing looking cylinder shaped, if you will, as it comes out. But for this, I feel like for the fire and the flames, it needs to be kind of smeared in there. Just kind of looks like fire to me. Maybe a little touch of red on the ends. This dumpster fire is really going. And then I'll just add some green outline with my dark green to the dumpster to finish the design. There we have it. Maybe the 2020 will really pop if we use white. And I'll just fill in that black outline that I did with the white. Okay, and then after a little bit, I will come down and kind of push down my little tips that are sticking up. As a professional decorator, I always want all my little circles to look round. And I will consider that finished. So there are 3 of the designs that we will be sending your way this Christmas. That is your lesson in decorating for the day.